Hello and welcome to the Tea Party Hearty channel for a review of Respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, compared to Season 3 Genius, Aretha. Okay, so here is what you can expect. If you have seen Season 3 Genius, Aretha, you have the full miniseries with Paul Giamatti and a bunch of other actors that I can't recall. And it does a very long, in-depth version of her life. If you watch Respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, you get a much condensed version, because it's not a mini-series, of Aretha's life. With the woman playing Aretha, Jennifer Hudson, and it's kind of funny that Jennifer Hudson, when she won the award show way back when on TV, she was a big girl, and now she gets this role, and she's not a big girl anymore. It's like, but she's playing Aretha, who was a big. It's just funny. And anyway, and then her father in this one is played by Forest Whitaker. Now, Forest Whitaker and I go all the way back to Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and The Twilight Zone, and Blown Away. If you haven't seen Blown Away with him, it's a pretty darn good movie. Tommy Lee Jones, him, and a lot more really amazing actors in that movie. But anyways, back to these two. So Forest Whitaker, I'm sorry, he really can do no wrong. That dude's wow. Okay, now, so let's get into this. If you've seen Genius and you've seen Respect, Respect is the Cliff Notes of Genius Season 3, because it was a miniseries. They had a lot more time to unfold. But when I say it's Cliff Notes, that means that it's leaving out a lot of stuff, and sometimes in Cliff Notes it's leaving out vital stuff. And it definitely leaves out vital stuff. In particular, the children and how they came to be and how old she was when they did them. They kind of give it to you, and then in Respect, they kind of give it to you, but they do it in a really weird way. It's the only thing in the movie that they do in that way. And yeah, they make you wait till 3/4 of the way through to do a flashback, and it's like they still don't really hammer it in. Whereas in the Aretha Genius Season 3, oh, they definitely, yep, there's no doubt about it, Duke. So the opening scene of Respect is, I thought I was watching Aretha on Genius, because it's like, this is the exact same scene. The only thing they changed is in Respect they had two men grabbing each other's backsides, and that didn't occur that I saw in the other version. And oh, the other thing they changed is they have the mom already out of the picture in Respect, which I think has her out of the picture too early, according to Genius Season 3. And I didn't look up all the stuff on Season 3 about Aretha like I did on Salvador Dali. No, not Salvador Dali. Ooh, I can't believe I made that mistake. On Pablo Picasso. Wow. Forgive me for that Freudian slip. Or Albert Einstein, for reasons that I don't want to start World War III at this point in the video yet about how I feel about Aretha. Ooh, foreshadowing. Anyway, so if you really care about Aretha's story, you're going to need to watch Genius. Now, what is the benefit of watching Respect, other than it's shorter and it's a little bit more discombobulated? The singing is way, way, way better in the Respect movie. And Forest Whitaker plays the dad, and there you go. But the guy who played Martin Luther King Jr. in Respect is nowhere near as good as the actor who played him in Genius. And the other thing is, in Genius, they definitely tip their hat and allude to a romantic relationship, at least for a night or a few hours, between Martin Luther King Jr. and Aretha. And they show that they have a relationship as friends, and they don't go any further than that. Now, which one is correct, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't dig deep into it. They do go over the Angela Davis thing in both stories, and they do show Angela Davis's crimes in both shows, and they both also represent the fact that that really didn't affect Aretha's standing, that it was okay that she was allowed to do that. So I don't know which one is. Again, if you want her life story, you're going to want to go with Genius. If you want better music and a better acting ensemble, it's just Forrest Whitaker, I'm telling you. Then you're going to want to go with that one. And other than that, they just kind of overlap the whole thing. Okay, now I'm going to do World War III. So now we're going to go off in a little bit. I one of the things that amazes me about this, and I know that you guys that like Aretha and you're watching this because you like Aretha, I didn't know that much about her. You know, I grew up with her music, and I'm a fan of Tina Turner's music when it comes to that side of the sound spectrum. And sorry, can't think of the name. I'll say it when I think of it. Anyways, in the soul music, Tina Turner, even though she's more of a rocker, and you know, the other people from Motown, Aretha was never really worked for my ear. I'm not saying she didn't have talent by any stretch of the imagination. Clearly she did. It just, she didn't do songs that I like. And seen her in the Blues Brothers. What an interesting movie that is. Anyway, so one of the things that surprises me is how it is that Tina Turner and Aretha didn't have some kind of crazy competition going on, because they were the only two black women that I'm aware of, and you can fill in the comments if you know of additional ones, that were independent. Because Aretha was with Atlantic, Columbia, then Atlantic, and Tina Turner, I think, was with Warner Brothers, but don't hold me to that. But the point is, they weren't with Motown. And if I'm wrong about that, because it's been a while since I watched Tina Turner's biography, a couple of years ago. Wow, that's really, really good biography, too. It's actually got her in it. Anyway, so, yeah, but anyways, where I'm going with this, like, when you watch the life story of Aretha Franklin, she does a lot of really villainous things. A lot of villainous things. And Tina didn't. Tina was married to a villain. And Aretha, she kind of is the villain. She does some... And they don't hide it in either movie. I don't understand, beyond the vocal talent, all of these specials and things being made about her. Maybe it's just easy because of the way it's set up for doing the royalties for her family, you know, the people that own the estate. I don't know. And obviously you guys that are mega fans are like, no, it was because of this and this and this and this. It's like, okay, cool. But the girl was anything but an angel. And Tina isn't like, I mean, who really is an angel? But Tina didn't do mean, terrible things. And she did a lot. You know, when it comes to being a mom, Tina kind of even comes out way, way better in that category too. So even though if you're on the road, it's never going to be easy to be a mom. Except with the band Within Temptation. Look up how they do that, and that's just like, wow, that is so cool, how they raise their kids. Anyway, so now that I've started World War III with the fact that, yeah, just not a fan of the human being Aretha Franklin. Just no. And what her father did as a preacher, it's just, that's so not good for what Christianity is and what it's for, and that he exploited it to all of that degree and everybody was on board for it. It's just, nah, villainy. It's just not okay with that. And so, you guys that love her, fine, but she's no angel, and she doesn't pretend to be, and I don't get it. I don't get why we're getting all these specials and movies about her, except for her vocal talent, which was you know, it was there. I still think she's, you know, she I don't know how she got dubbed the Queen of Soul when you have Tina Turner, and I still can't remember that. Who was the one from not the Wizard of Oz, The Wiz, the one that played the lead actress in The Wiz, that everybody got mad at her because she's like, lady, you are way too old to do that. Diana Ross. Wow, that took too long to remember her name. You got Diana Ross. Now, she was Motown. You got Diana Ross. You got Tina Turner. You've got Martha Vandell. I mean, there's all these other singers that have very, very powerful voices. And yet we're throwing all these accolades at Aretha. And I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it. I'm just like, so do the other people. Give some love to the other folk too. And I'm sorry, but given the choice between Blues Brothers and Mad Max 3, particularly with the songs, and particularly with the movies, yeah, I'm going to go with Tina Turner and Mad Max 3. Okay, so, yeah, you can nuke me to death for all that stuff there, but that's just the way I see it. And so that's the difference between the two films. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the future. Well, at least the Tina Turner fans. See you in the future.